Bitcoin continues to look more and more like it's getting adopted. We have seen huge amounts of buying for Bitcoin outside of the normal areas now. We're seeing pension funds since Bitcoin's ETF. We're seeing billions and billions of dollars that flow into those ETFs. So we'll take a look at where Bitcoin's going to go this year. Can it go much higher than where it's at right now? We'll take a look and we'll figure that out. Before I get into it though, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now, in the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were all cryptos that I thought were going to make me good cash. You can see what they were all worth when I recorded the videos. You can also see all the highs that these coins hit in under a year and a half. And these are what your profits would have been. So if you'd put $100 into these coins when I released the videos, all you would have had to do is sit on those coins 15, 16 months and then sell. And your total profit in that time would have been over 123 grand. Now, the thing is, obviously, you don't have a year and a half to get your portfolios sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. If your coins aren't making you money, it's probably because you're in the wrong coins. So sorting out your portfolios has got to be a big job. If you don't know where to get started, head on over to copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, price I'm going to do it at. So my members copy along exactly, so they make the same profit as me, except they don't have any work to do at all. On the site, you can see what they've earned, you can see the successes, it's all public record, so you can verify it all online. My coins have been absolutely ripping it, particularly since Trump went in. If you want to find out the coins that I'm in, obviously I share it on the site. If you read through it all, you verify it all, and you like what you see, and you want to know the coins I'm in, then join up, and I will see you there, guys. Now, Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin has been around for ages. And, I mean, it's not actually that long when you put it into the scheme of things. God, the early days. Back in these early days, you could use a faucet and you could get half a Bitcoin at a time. It was like ridiculous how generous the faucets were. So, obviously, Bitcoin's sitting around 97 grand right now. It has hit an all-time high of over 104,000. Well, it was 104,000, so I don't know why it says that, because I know it was. Anyway, so Bitcoin's the oldest crypto, right? It's the most well-known crypto. When people think of crypto, they think of Bitcoin. Obviously, with its continued scarcity, the halving every 4 years, it makes it harder and harder and harder to mine Bitcoin, which as a result makes it actually rarer than gold. So its scarcity levels are far, far, far greater than gold. Now, gold is obviously like the most expensive, or one of the most expensive physical commodities you can get. Now, in the last few years, we have, or particularly the last sort of 6 years, really, we've seen the explosion in Bitcoin. Like the 2018 cycle. 2017-18 bull cycle was something to behold, really. Bitcoin was below $1,000 for so long and ended up blasting, and I think it peaked out at like 19,900 or so. Then in 2021, obviously it went to big heights of around $69,000, I believe. Then obviously we had another bear cycle, and so far we've hit over 100 grand a few times. Now, particularly over this past year and a half, what we've seen is Bitcoin getting accepted at a far greater rate. An example of this is the fact that BlackRock are in on Bitcoin, and they now hold around 2.5% of the total amount of Bitcoin that is ever going to be, which might be cause for concern, to be fair. You don't really want institutions like BlackRock holding that much, not in the long term, and they will, of course, continue to accumulate. What we're also seeing is pension funds that are starting to get in. So Florida Pensions takes a $1.85 billion leap into crypto. So they will invest exactly that amount into Bitcoin to diversify its investment portfolio. So the head of the Florida Blockchain Business Association announced that That amount of money is being considered for Bitcoin investment, a move backed by state leaders. This is the FBBA President Samuel Arms said in a post that Florida will launch a strategic Bitcoin reserve, adding that the state has a great chance of creating a Bitcoin reserve in the first quarter of next year. Florida obviously going towards this direction, and the pension fund that is going towards this direction. They view it as a hedge against inflation, to allocate. So they're going to leverage their basically 1% of their entire pension fund towards it. But 1%, not a bad idea, especially if Bitcoin ends up $1 million coin, you know. Now, in terms of what we're set to see this year, we've got Donald Trump that has now been has been elected. He will be inaugurated in January. The same day that he is inaugurated, Gary Gensler steps down from his post as the head of the SEC. This potentially has a very big impact moving forward, because obviously Gary Gensler was very, very anti-crypto. In fact, the SEC, the way they've behaved has been anti-crypto. The only one that they've really been okay with is Bitcoin. And to be fair, they kind of left Ethereum alone for the most part as well. But they confirmed a Bitcoin ETF before they did anything else. Now, there's natural ways that the traditional markets can start evolving to involve Bitcoin more. One of them is sort of that we start seeing Bitcoin futures hitting the markets. But all in all, really, I think just a pro-crypto administration, especially with the new guy that has been suggested to replace Gary Gensler, who's formerly head of the SEC. He's done it before. He's anti-regulation. He's pro-crypto. Probably that in and of itself is going to be something that, well, it already did buoy the crypto world when it was announced. That very same night, Bitcoin went to its all-time high of 104. Obviously, it's having a little bit of a pullback, but it's ran so high so fast. As of right now, Bitcoin does present some interesting chart patterns. One of the ones that I've spoken about in the past was this cup and handle formation that was clear on the weekly charts, and it signaled a breakout for Bitcoin to $125,000. I still think that's very much on the cards for this year. The reality is, we may be understating it. We may be understating how high Bitcoin can go. Some people have obviously said $1 million. Some people have said $500,000. Some people have said $500,000 within the next year. I think that's a stretch. I think that's very unlikely. But could it go way, way higher than just 125 grand? Yes, I think we can acknowledge now there is a possibility here for Bitcoin, that Bitcoin runs up to 150. Hell, anything's possible in crypto. There is a world that it could run up to $200,000. The thing is obviously that's going to depend hugely on how the markets really start moving after Trump's inauguration. I think that's going to be the biggest sign of what's to come for the remainder of this bull cycle. I still think 125 grand is the target. I think after that's hit, we can look at if there's any new patterns that have emerged and whatnot. But this might be the most pro-crypto government administration we've ever seen for a powerful nation. So things look quite bright. This could be one of those where, we see a couple $100,000 per coin. If we do, obviously that means the net growth of some of the altcoins is going to be staggering. The markets definitely look buoyed from Trump's arrival, and certainly by some of the people that he has been nominating for his cabinet. As for predictions, I am just curious to hear what people think, if they've seen a particular pattern that in the charts that make them think it can go high, to a particular price, if they're seeing, news stories that are starting to make them think it can go way, way higher. If it's a particular influencer that you're hearing talk about a particular number and that makes you that gets you excited and you believe that, share whatever you believe, whatever you're hearing, whatever you're seeing in the comments down below. I want to read it all. Guys, look, we are in a bull cycle right now. If you are sitting on cryptos that you are not making money with, you need to clear out the rubbish in your portfolio. Get onto copymycrypto.com, have a look through the site. That is the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with my members. Whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell, price I'm going to do it at. My members make the same profits as me because they can copy along directly. And look, my coin's been absolutely ripping it particularly since Trump's inauguration, way more than the market average. If you want to know the coins that I'm in, I should obviously share it on the site. Have a look at it, see what my members have earned, verify everything that you read and you watch and you see because it's on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see, try it out, guys. And I'll see you there. And that is it for me. Take care. Bye-bye.